Hello Virgos, welcome to your love reading for September 2019. Keep in mind this is a general reading. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My rates, my info, and my email are below. Just send me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. I'm using these new cards that I got from Mandy's Magical Marketplace in Lewis, Delaware. I walked in there and I was like, oh, it's a really cool shop. And Lewis, Delaware is a really cool town. A lot of history, a lot of ghosts. So go check it out. Also, my painting that I have up for this month, it's from a client, and it was a crazy synchronicity that went on with that. So go check out Tiana. I'll leave her Instagram below. I really think the picture is going to speak to a lot of you. The painting is going to speak to a lot of you. It really struck me, and I begged her if I could use it for love readings for this month. So go check her out if you could. She's a fabulous artist, in my opinion. Okay, so Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and your insight for Virgos for September 2019 in regards to love? What do you see? What do they need to know? So Virgos may reach their higher ground and come closer to the universe and closer to the divine. In regards to love, September 2019. What do you see? What do they need to know? Any messages you may have for Virgo? Can you please show me love energies that Virgo passed out of prior to? And you can see these are the Alice in Wonderland cards, and I'll leave that in the description below too. Okay, we have the Three of Peppermills in the upright. Keep in mind my 2019 Sun Moon readings are up in my playlist. I will be working on my 2020 Sun Moon readings soon too, so check out my playlist. Compatibility readings are in there also. Energies for September, love energies for September is the Seven of Oysters in the upright. Okay. Ooh, I will be leaving a link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex. I am altering that reading a little bit, so make sure you click on the link below. It'll take you where you need to go. And then moving out of September into October, we have the Nine of Flamingos in reverse. And then check me out on social media, Instagram, Facebook, where I upload my weeklies and weekend. And then also I'm on the Instant Go app if you need a quick answer to a question. $4.98, you'll get it in 24 hours, okay? So Virgos, I see the Three of Peppermills here for what you've come out of. Alrighty, so she's looking behind the curtain here, which I kind of like. See how she's kind of like peeking? Alice is peeking behind the curtain there, and she's looking. And the three of Peppermills, okay, is about considering other people that you wouldn't normally think of. And I always say that, and I think this is what you did. Maybe you decided to have this adventure. You dated people that you wouldn't typically date. You went on a blind date that you wouldn't normally do. You know, just to see, like, maybe some of you were just tired of continuing to date the same type of person, and you realize that you tend to be in a habit of doing that. And a lot of times whatever we are comfortable with is because we've been comfortable with it our whole life. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily good for us. My favorite saying is, it's better to be with the devil you know than the devil you don't know. So I think for some of you, prior to September, you realized this was a pattern for yourself and you were a little tired of it. So you said to yourself, you know what? I'm gonna broaden my vision. I'm gonna have a broader perspective of things. I'm going to give people a chance as I wouldn't ordinarily give a chance. And maybe some of you realized, hey, you know, if I do that, and it's funny because it's a three, I'm thinking third party, you don't know who their friends are or who they're associated with. So even though you may not have interest in that person, who knows, their wingman or, you know, whoever they're associated with, a friend or the whatever, whoever they know could end up being your next, you know, love interest is what I'm thinking. Okay. So we move on to the Seven of Oysters, love energies for September. And so here I'm getting the feeling that you all are considering, so I think I don't think you have it down to one person. I think you have it narrowed down to a few people or a couple people, and or you're seeing a few people or a couple people, and you're narrowing it down to a particular person. And you're saying to yourself, I wonder if I should invest in this. I wonder if I should continue to see this person, if I should put my all into this. And it's funny, there's just this little, like, I don't have anything I'm seeing in this. It's just this little, like, tiny oyster here, like, all by himself, like he jumped off of the plant and he's trying to exit stage right or something. I mean, I didn't get a feeling of it, I just thought it was very intriguing to me. But this guy's looking like, you know what, I am getting something out of this. Like, this little guy's down here, and he's like, me. And you're here like, nope, I don't think I should. I don't know if I should. Tell me what you got, and I'll consider it. I almost feel like. And then these are like the other people hanging out in this bush. This one's like, look at me, choose me. And I feel like it's, no, I don't know if I should put into this. It's almost like a defiance in that picture there that I'm kind of getting. Now, I feel for some of you, you're feeling that something is amiss with this person, okay? It's just either some of you have intuition, some of you just have seen behavior, some of you, there's not a single detail that gets by you guys, okay? So if you pick something up, you're not sure if you want to invest in this person. It's like, me, choose me. And I'm seeing why. Because as you move out of what month? As you move out of September and October, okay? For some of you, I got that you're seeing why you weren't very sure about this person, okay? But the thing is, I think you overthought it a little bit. I think you put a little bit too much thought into it. Maybe you overanalyzed it. Maybe you were reading into it. That's what I was looking for. You're reading into something. So something that was rather, maybe not that big of a deal, not that, significant. You were reading more into it than you needed to. And that was coming from a place of fear, or it was coming from a place of patterns that you previously had. So with the 9 of flamingos in reverse, I'm getting that you caught yourself, which is good. You caught yourself doing this, and you said, hey, I'm doing what I normally do. I'm doing X, Y equals Z, and I told myself back here I was not going to do that, okay? So I feel like you catch yourself, and you say to yourself, you know what, this might have been a big deal to me before, but it's not now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ride this out. I'm going to try to enjoy this, for what it is. Because I don't want to have the same experiences that I've had in the past. So almost like, even though the 9 of Swords is not a card of risk, I'm telling you guys that I feel like you guys take the risk. You get out of your head, so to speak. 9 of Swords reversed to me is getting out of your head and being like, you know what, I'm not going to listen to what my head's telling me anymore. I'm just gonna kind of shut that out and maybe give this person a benefit of the doubt or what have you and see what's going on. So why is the 3 of Peppermills here in the upright? And I get, with the 3 of Peppermills, I get this curiosity with you guys. Like, you're looking behind a curtain that you never would have thought to look behind before. It's almost like you were in a closed room before. You thought the same way. You did the same things. You saw all 4 walls. And then it's almost like, there's a curtain here. Let me look behind it and see what's behind there. And behind there is outside. It's a balcony and, like, outside. So, whoever this is resonating for, you're going to get it, right? Why is this 3 of Peppermills in the upright? For Virgo, September, love interest. Hangman in reversed. So it is kind of what I was talking about. These patterns that you've had before, they made you the victim. You ended up feeling betrayed. It didn't serve you well. I'm getting the Hangman in reverse. Page of Wands to me is that there's other people out there, or again, this is the past prior to. So you're seeing that there's people out there, vibrant people. Page of Wands to me is a very vibrant communicator. And he brings news of bright love, new romance, new passion. And he's knocking on your door, and you're seeing there are people out there like that. I think some of you tended to shy away from maybe somebody like this, somebody who, the pages can be immature, but to me, they're immature in a harmless way. You know, they're mischievous, they're curious, they make mistakes. But I think you kind of shied away from this person because I feel like you all are wise, you're old souls, and you don't want to. I remember somebody once pointed out to me, and this is perfect for you guys. I mean, at least for this reading, that there's a different that parent and partner have the same letters in them. It just depends on how you arrange them. Okay, so normally you would shy away because I feel like you guys take on this paternal or maternal role. You guys are very grounded, and somebody like this, you just end up being, the parent too. Okay, you're not looking for a parent, you're looking for a partner, but you're looking behind this curtain like, hey, this person's kind of interesting to me. I mean, I know they're this, I know they're that, but I mean, I've never done this before, and this is somebody I'd normally avoid, but I'm kind of curious and where this is going to kind of take me. And I see with the Four of Cups, you're coming out of this stagnation that you had. You're done deciding, okay, things have to be this cookie cutter way that I've always had them. This target fixation that I've always had, this tunnel vision, this is me, this is the people I date, that's how it's going to be. So you're changing things up with this Four of Cups. You're making change happen. You're getting out of your, cookie cutter, whatever you were having going on. And I feel like this little guy down here is like, he's, and before I was like, oh, I'm not getting anything from this guy. And now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, this guy is not the norm. He's not hanging out with all these oysters. He's like, you know what? I'm a clam. I don't need to be hanging out with oysters. I'm a clam, man. You guys are like, what is she talking about? And look, even these things don't look like pearls on here, on this guy's card. No, but seriously, I mean, he's like, I'm different. These are the people that you always like hung out with. And where did you get that? Give me a chance. Me. The little clam down here. I know I'm talking crazy. It's okay. I'm allowed to. Why? Oh, now I'm choking. Why is the Seven of Oysters here in the upright? 4 Virgos, 4 September, 4 love. Who is this person? What's this energy? Why is the 7 of Oysters here? I knew these cards were going to make me crazy. At least they are for your reading. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, so you're being... Wait a minute. Let me just... Because I see the Queen of Swords in reverse here. 6 of Pentacles in the upright. And the Judgment card. You are judging this person. Okay? You're not judging them correctly. I don't think you are. I feel like you guys are being a little critical of them. Okay? Here they are. They're like, yeah, I know I'm different. I know I'm not the usual oyster you go after, but who knows what's inside this clam? Which, oysters are the pearls, right? Clams have pearls too, though, don't they? I think they do. I don't think it's just oysters. Now I got to look into that, okay? Because if that's the case, I feel like the clam's like, I have value. Just like I might not make a big pearl, but you know what? I still put out pearls. Oh, it's contrary. I think they do, because I remember, because my husband is a chef, and I remember one time it wasn't oysters. I think he was doing clams, and he found a purple pearl. What kind of clam is a purple pearl? Is it quagmire or something like? I don't know. Whatever. I kept it, and I want to get it set for my daughter. Okay, so you guys are like, you lost me back at the pepper mills. Okay, so what I'm getting is, I feel like you guys catch yourself. So here you are, there's this little clam, and I feel like, because the Queen of Swords in reverse she can like be unreasonable when it comes to people. She wants people to be a certain way and do things a certain way, and she's like, and she doesn't have any compassion when she acts. She'll attack people for no reason. I'm not saying you're attacking, but I feel like, kind of putting, And please don't rip me up for this, because this is going back to your past ways that you're breaking out of. So it does end up good if you just kind of like hang with me here. So I'm getting like, you know, you're like, oh, I expect more. Okay. I expect more here. You know, what do you have to offer me? The guy, the way he is in the main card, he's turned around. It's almost like arrogance. Like, oh, I'm not going to consider you because you're not an oyster. I feel like there's a little bit of that in September, but it's carryover. It's residual from how you used to be. This Six of Pentacles, which is, you know, we don't always rely on the card meaning or whatever. So I'm not going to go textbook here, but here I'm getting the feeling superiority. Okay, you feel like you are above this person in some way, mostly because the guy is wearing like a rich silk robe. You can tell that guy's banking. He has money, and he's just throwing breadcrumbs to these people. Pittance, you know? So I feel like it's almost like a feeling of superiority. So, you know, you're demanding of this person, have superiority of this person. And the Judgment card here in reverse is saying your judgment is skewed. You're not looking at this person clearly. And the reason why you're not is because you have stuff that you need to work on, okay? You have fear of being judged yourself. Now, here comes the good part. I think you guys catch yourself. I really do. I think you go, oh my God, I'm doing it again. Look at me. This is how I've gotten into relationships like this before. And now here I am judging. Here I am making unreasonable demands. Here I am towering above somebody else, feeling like I'm better than them. So, and you're catching yourself. And when you do, you look down at this little clam and you're like, well, you know what? I don't know what's inside of you. You might have a pearl inside of you. And so what if you don't have a pearl? So what if it's a little piece of sand that you can't make into a pearl because you don't have an ability? Although I'm thinking, I think all the shellfish have an ability to turn sand into pearls, I would think, right? Post that up in the comments, people. I want to know. Who's the marine biologist out there that can answer that? All right, and I know one of you is. I know one of you is marine biologist or something like that knows what I'm talking about and is going to flesh it out for me. Okay, so 9 of flamingos in reverse. This is where you're like, I'm tired of being in my head. I'm tired of being a slave to my own mind. I'm tired of making judgments. I'm tired of, you know, going down the rabbit hole. Alice in Wonderland, get it? I should try to do all like Alice in Wonderland suggestions in the titles, but I just don't know enough about her. But I bet you I could. Okay, I am not on drugs right now. I'm actually just on I have some chai tea or whatever it's called. Yeah. All right. So why is this 9 of flamingos here? Who is this person? What does this energy get? But I'm also just feeling a really good energy. I've just had a lot of synchronicity happen in the past week or so, and it's wonderful. It must be because retrograde is like behind us. Okay, we have the 5 of swords in the upright. We have the King of Cups in reversed, and we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. To me, that's shedding your ways. I feel like you all are catching yourselves, and now they're showing me, as you move out of August into September, what you would normally do, what you would usually fall upon, what your defense mechanisms were, and you're coming out of that. You don't want to do it anymore. And I'll show you why I think that. 5 of swords, duel to the death. Okay? This is how you used to, and these are things that you do not like about yourself. You're having a discovery and you're realizing how it's impacting love, how it's affecting you moving forward. You don't like it. Ooh, thunder. So this is like the duel to the death. You know, previously you've fought to be right instead of being happy. Okay? Not a quality that you look. Something that your mind perpetuated for you, and you're done. You want to come out of that. King of Cups in reverse. Being manipulative, being vindictive, being jealous, being moody, whatever. Anything like that. Blaming other people. You know, just so that you can you can manipulate the situation to your favor, okay, with the King of Cups. A little bit immature, too. I'm going to throw that out there. Same thing. We got a King of Pentacles in reverse. There's an immaturity there. Jealousy. Both of these guys talk about that. Okay, little bit of jealousy there. Making possessions important, making material things important, not necessarily in like what the clam has, you know, where you're like, oh, you know, before, okay, let me use that analogy. Before you might have been like, oh, you don't have a pearl? Well, why are you talking to me? But not only that, like people's possessions and where they are materially counting so much to you, but you having that kind of stuff, you having a certain status, you having, you know, money, you being materialistic and being like, thinking somebody is not, you know, at your level. So, you know, either that person not possessing what you want in terms of, you know, ching ching or whatever, or you having so much of it that, you know, why even bother dealing with why even have time for somebody? And the other thing with the King of Pentacles is working too much, okay? Work becoming your end all and shoving people aside. These are all things you don't like. And you're coming out of your head about it, which is really good. I mean, I think it's awesome that you guys are doing that. I love it when people have spiritual change, mental change, physical changes, whatever. Change is good. If you don't change, you choose. I saw that. If you're not changing, you're choosing, which I think is really important. So, keeping that in mind, if this reading resonates, consider a personal reading. Rates, info, and email below. Just send me an email. We can make that happen. Make sure you click on the link below for your love interest, what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, or an ex. And I'm also going to be adding in there something that you don't know about them, that you need to know. And yeah, I think that's it. Check out my playlist, compatibility readings, sun, moon predictions there. Check me out on Insta and Facebook, where I upload weeklies and weekend. Check me out on Instant Go if you need a quick answer to a question in 24 hours. $4.98. And then finally, if you bear with me, can you please like, can you please share, can you please subscribe? It really kind of helps me out. If you like me. If not, I'm not gonna cry too much. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Garnet. I will see you all for your mids. Adios. Bye, Virgos.